Teresa. I'm just making a really quick video. Today, one of my close friends left and moved out, and it feels really hard because we've been living together for so long. And we kind of had a little family together, you know. And it feels really hard because of the transition and because of some of the hurt that came up about, you know, plans that we had and a level of closeness that I really wanted to achieve. And but it also feels really productive, and it feels really healthy for both of us because boundaries were drawn, and instead of operating off of what we hoped would happen and what we, you know, might have wanted to happen, we're addressing what's actually happening, and that's accountability. Because what you say that you want to do is not always what you end up doing. And and that's, sometimes life is like that, but people can, you know, be held accountable, like, not to feel like you have to punish the person or get revenge, but or even harbor the resentment, you know, but or have any less love for that person. But boundaries need to be drawn so that relationships can proceed in a healthy way. And like I said in that video a few days back, about a little over a week ago now, well, when resentment keeps growing and, you know, behavior is not changing, to address that, and to accountability is not, you know, available, then a boundary needs to be drawn so that hurt doesn't just increase, especially because that is only gonna increase the damage for both people. It's gonna hurt both people. And I care about this friend so much. They're family to me, and that hasn't changed, and that feels really good because I can recognize that there's hurt, and I can recognize that maybe I didn't get the accountability I was looking for, but I can also acknowledge that I have the option to draw a strong boundary so that me and this person can still be in touch and care for each other from a further distance that keeps both of us healthy and doesn't enable like bad or hurtful, you know, behaviors, and also doesn't enable a lack of boundaries, because a lack of boundaries is really unhealthy too. And I do struggle a lot to draw boundaries with people in my life, so it feels really hard. And just in general, like, saying goodbye feels very scary because, again, I care about this person so much, but I I wasn't able to care for them the way that I really wanted, and I have to have boundaries around that too. And yeah, so it's been a very big emotional day, but very productive, and it feels really healthy, because sometimes when an environment seems like it will be really good for somebody, it's hard to acknowledge that it isn't. And when, you know, somebody says that they want something, and then it turns out, like, you know, you want a certain environment, you want certain circumstances, you want to work toward that and have that, and that turns out not to be the case in practice. Like, maybe it's just not what the body wants, because something is resisting. It can be really hard to admit that, because, you know, even to admit it, to kind of recognize it for yourself, and so to admit that to other people and say, I thought this is what I wanted, but it's not, it's really hard. And so sometimes we just have to draw boundaries for each other and say, you know, if this isn't what you want, then we should change it. And it feels like that's what happened today, and it feels really, really good, because boundaries are productive, boundaries are helpful, boundaries are healthy, and I'm excited for what comes next. I cried, you can probably tell from my eyes, and my redness in my face when I started this video. I was crying, but I feel really excited for my friend, because I really hope that the change will bring new energy, and I'm excited for what our friendship can offer us in this new form, since the way that we were living wasn't in, like, our collective best interest. Oh, my cat is on the table. I'm gonna end it prematurely. I can't think of anything specific that I was gonna say next. Just that for me, if I'm watching this back later, just know that it's about to get a lot better. And it was really scary to set boundaries this firm and hold them, but I feel really proud of myself, and I feel so much healthier and so much more excited. Oh my.